This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Welcome back. A 26-year-old male resident of Croton Street, Pinewood Gardens, is in hospital nursing injuries following a stabbing incident on Wednesday night. Police reports indicate that sometime around 10:40 p.m., the victim was at the home of a family member in the Charles Vincent Street area, that's in Anglerston, when he got involved in an argument with a male who he only knows by face. This exchange escalated into a physical altercation, which resulted in the suspect producing a knife and stabbing the victim multiple times in the upper body. The suspect fled on foot in an unknown direction. The victim was transported to the Princess Margaret Hospital in a private vehicle, where he is listed in serious condition. Police are seeking the public's assistance in locating the male that is responsible. Will Bahamians soon be able to gamble at hotel casinos here in the Bahamas? Well, the conversation was sparked at the gaming board of the Bahamas' 3rd Annual Caribbean Regulators Forum. The conference covered a wide range of topics as it relates to the future of gaming in the Bahamas and the region. However, the hot-button issue was the topic of legislation to address discrimination with the gaming system. Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper, who is responsible for gaming in the Bahamas, explains where the government currently stands regarding this matter.
This is a conversation that is happening between the gaming board and the industry. Ultimately, there will be consultation with the general public on these issues. None of these issues are before the cabinet at the moment. When they get there, we'll make some decisions and pronouncements on them. Suffice to say, it's important for us to continue broad-based consultation, as is our practice. And that consultation and industry participation and feedback is going to continue.
The Gaming Board has the responsibility to regulate and contemplate the way gaming is done in the country. Deputy Prime Minister Cooper says it is up to the board to consider the best course of action.
And therefore, in doing their work appropriately, it's important for them to have conversations with whoever they choose to and consider best practice around the world in terms of how we regulate, how we innovate, how we continue to grow the gaming industry, and how we encourage responsible gaming. That work is continuing, and it's not yet before the cabinet or the government to make any determinations on.
Executive Chairman of the Gaming Board, Dr. Daniel Johnson, also shared his views on the proposed legislation.
If someone is at Sandals on Cable Beach, that they can go across the street and go to a local gaming house, everybody wins, Island Lock chances, Shore win, whatever, and vice versa. Bahamians will be able to go to other places if they wish to game and sit down and game. It's a proposal, and we are sending this around to our industry partners now, and these industry partners, I think, in the initial response has been excellent. The large fixed-base casinos are inviting, they want Bahamians, permanent residents, to be able to come in and wager. And we also have a very unique opportunity coming, which is our Family Island experience, that we're not wanting it to be as it always was.
As it stands, Bahamian citizens are not allowed to gamble in hotel casinos. It is a law made by a previous administration to protect Bahamian citizens from the trappings of gambling. But since then, the gaming industry has evolved, now with a thriving local industry. The Gladstone Road Improvement Project is expected to pick up momentum. This coming from Minister of Works and Utilities Alfred Sayers, who says the government is looking to pick up the pace and begin the early stages of reconstruction.
Well, with respect to Gladstone Road, we had a town meeting that was, 2 months ago, and excellent feedback from the local stakeholders. The consultants were present, took note of the various comments, recommendations, suggestions by residents, and we are now finalizing the design. Some preparatory work is being done. BPL is now preparing the removal of some of the poles to enable the road to be widened. Also, some property will be taken by the state in order to facilitate the widening of the road, and the project itself, in terms of funding, is being considered very actively by a number of multilateral agencies.
In December of last year, the Works Minister said the project was expected to begin in mid-2023. The road improvement project will span the entire length of Gladstone Road, which will widen from a single-lane road to a dual carriageway, meant to allow for increased vehicular capacity at an estimated cost of $29 million. Executives from Cotton Bay Holdings and its partners recently paid a courtesy call on Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Chester Cooper, to discuss the future of tourism in the Bahamas and provide an update on their project underway in South Eleuthera, the future ultra-luxury Ritz-Carlton Reserve at Cotton Bay. The meeting was also attended by Felicia Woods Hanna, Director of the Bahamas Investments Authority, and the Member of Parliament for South Eleuthera, Clay Sweeting, Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources. It was also an opportunity to discuss some of the challenges faced on the island, including housing, labor, and infrastructural capacity. With a strong commitment to sustainable tourism and the development of local communities, the meeting was a significant step towards forging a stronger partnership between the government of the Bahamas and the development company towards their shared goal of creating a stronger economy and a brighter future for tourism in Eleuthera and indeed the entire Bahamas. And finally, the National Scholarship Invitational, or NSI, is launching its first meet at the IMG Academy of Track and Field in Florida and has chosen 2 Bahamian students to sponsor for a chance to travel and be scouted for scholarship opportunities. Head coach of Warner University, Hassan Stamps, and Olympic world champion Justin Gatlin are the creators of the program and have been creating opportunities for high school students for many years. Head coach at Georgia State University in Atlanta, Kyle Stevenson, explains how this program came about.
So the National Scholarship Invitational has been something that we've been working on for the last 10 years, and it is really to create a real life opportunity where athletes that may still be looking for a scholarship, that are unsigned, or even rising sophomores, juniors that are going into their junior and senior season, want to get directly in front of coaches to run for a scholarship. And so when we did the indoor version, we only had an expectation of about 300 athletes. It exploded to over 1,500 athletes. So right now we are at about 300 registrations again. So we're expecting anywhere from about 1,000 to 2,000 athletes, but we're going to cap it at 1,500.
He says the program will provide more opportunities for high school graduates to have a chance at getting a scholarship. He says many colleges and universities have been overlooking these promising athletes and are going for more seasoned athletes.
So you and I are applying for a job. I'm a recent college grad. You're someone that has working experience. Well, if that gentleman over there wants to hire you, he may pick you over me because you have that real life experience. So now when you're looking at the transfer portal, it kind of works in the same way. These are athletes that may have gone through 1 or 2 years of school, they understand how college works, and they have legitimate proven times versus a high schooler. I may have to spend 6 to 8 months, even 12 months to get them acclimated to the collegiate system, get them acclimated to training. I may not want to invest that time. Not me personally, but I do believe that's a part of why more coaches in the NCAA now are utilizing the transfer portal. The easiest thing is to run faster. I think that resolves a lot of issues, but I believe it's just opportunities. So if there are, I know it's only a 45-minute flight or less, so if there are more opportunities for Caribbean athletes to get over to the States and just race and be seen, because there's a great ton of talent in the U.S., but that doesn't mean that we're not looking worldwide. Track is a global sport, and we are searching every corner of the earth to find that talent.
12th graders Kevinish Hanna of Government High School and Rihanna Todd of C.R. Walker are the recipients of the full expense paid opportunity. Hanna says she has high hopes of being a professional athlete, and this only motivates her even more.
Continue to work hard and finish to get my grades right. Simple. Yes, I have aspirations already, but I just trying to finish focus and get my mind right. Continue to do well in track and field.
The track and field meet will take place June 3rd in Bradenton, Florida, with thousands of colleges and universities there scouting for athletes. And that'll do it for your JCN Evening News. Once again, I'm Jarino Saunders. It's a pleasure to have you join us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.